Touring wartime battlefields this week, French President Emmanuel Macron warned of current threats to the continent, telling French radio that Europe must create its own army.
We need to protect ourselves from China, from Russia, and even the United States.
French officials said relations with the US would be unaffected by President Trump's Republican Party losing control of the House of Representatives in midterm elections. The US president will hold talks with Macron Saturday. It's not clear whether a rumoured meeting between Trump and his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin will go ahead. Trump will later visit Belleau Wood, scene of one of the most ferocious battles fought by US troops in the war. 1,811 US soldiers were killed as they attacked German positions. Much of the fighting was hand-to-hand combat. After more than 3 weeks of fighting, American troops took Belleau Wood on June 26, 1918.
When they were confronted, as we'll see, by intense enemy fire, instead of ducking, instead of retreating, which by the time of the war would have been the normal attitude of troops and waiting for the artillery barrage to relieve them, they charged.
By the end of the war, over 116,000 American troops had died defending Europe. 100 years on, transatlantic ties are strained, but the alliance endures.
The relations between these powers, they're not always easy, and there are reasons for that. But when you get out here, where the people in these villages remember, and there's a great respect for the American soldier.
The nearby Romagna 1418 museum depicts life for soldiers on the front line, using thousands of recovered items from the battlefields.
What I try to show in this museum to the visitors is that if you take off these helmets, it's all the same, it's all human beings.
40 million people were killed on all sides during the conflict. They will be remembered Sunday at the Armistice Day ceremony at Paris's Arc de Triomphe, attended by dozens of world leaders. President Trump will later take part in a separate Veterans Day ceremony at an American cemetery. Henry Ridgwell for VOA News at the wartime battlefields in eastern France.